What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another Dragon Ball Legends update video. This time for the second part of the anniversary, which just dropped last night. We're going to be going over the brand new kit for Ultra Vegeta, as well as going over the mainstay units of the new Boujack Unbound character. We're not going to be diving into the EX breakdowns. They're all really good, but I want to kind of discuss the ups and downs of this particular update in particular. Some of it's good, some of it's bad, but we need to talk about how they handled this particular banner and what should and shouldn't have been done with this. So but we'll talk about that later. If you guys want to see more Dragon Ball Legends stuff, let me know down below in the comments. Like and subscribe for more, and tell me what you're most excited about with this update. And with that, let's get into it. The Ultra Vegeta max stars. He hits at around 250 strike attack, 252 blast attack, and about 167, 161 blast. That's not bad by any means. If we go look at the Ultra Goku for comparison. If we look at the Goku for comparison, he's got slightly better attack stats, and his defensors are relatively the same. Obviously higher strike defense than blast defense, whereas this Goku is a bit more balanced out. And this Goku has much worse attack than what this Vegeta has, but I guess Vegeta's kind of balanced out in and of itself. But again, it's not about stats in this game, it's about what's in his kit. So his main ability is Dirty Fireworks, draws the ultimate card, Flash Strike next, restores own health by 20% and ki by 30, and -5 to own arts cost for 30 timer counts. 30 timer counts is a lot for that. Outside of that, it's a pretty basic main ability, nothing too crazy. But 30 count, minusing 5 to your own arts for 30 timer counts can actually be pretty beneficial. So, not too bad. His Ultra Z ability is 10% to damage inflicted per episode Frieza Saga member when battle starts, and additional 10% for support members, those that are on your bench. If we compare that to the Ultra Goku's 15. I think, if I'm thinking about this correctly, they put this in mind, because if you think about it, you can actually run this Vegeta and the Ultra Goku on the same team together, and they both reap the benefits of it. So I think they did that with this in mind. They somewhat nerfed this ability just for that sake, and the fact that they strictly limited it to Frieza Saga also is kind of a hint at that as well. It's smart that they did that. I would have liked to see a separate tag with this. But obviously with the theme around this particular character, that's not going to be the case. So, but no, I mean, this is fine. This is fine. 60% is a pretty good jump, and that's not taking into account everything else that he's going to be doing too. So, unique ability, I've learned how to conceal my power. Shortens own sub count by 2 as default. Okay, that's a first, I think. So instead of 10 timer counts to switch out, he's now strictly 8. So that's pretty neat, I guess. Makes it easier to swap into him at a faster rate. The following effects occurs when this character enters the battlefield. 50% damage inflicted, can't be stacked. Reduces damage received by 40%. That's pretty good. Can't be stacked. And then 20% to damage inflicted by allied Frieza Saga and Saiyans for 15 timer counts. Okay. So when he enters the battlefield, he gets damage reduction and damage inflicted increase buffs, but those can be canceled. But I guess every time he enters, he gets those. So I guess that's okay. That's pretty good, I guess. The 20% of damage inflicted by allies for 15 counts, it works. It works if you pop into him and you switch within like 5 timer counts. Because I mean, obviously, because it's for allies, right? It's not for him. So for him, unfortunately, he doesn't get those buffs, and for him to offer that when he on switch in doesn't really do much for him, And you're kind of just wasting time if you're not making use of that particular thing. But I guess that's why they gave him the 2 sub count reduction right here. So I don't know. That's interesting. We'll have to see how this kind of plays out and works for this to actually mean anything and be beneficial. But I'm assuming because he's lowering his own sub count and he's at 8 instead of 10 counts to switch in. And this already gives allies a 20% buff. I think this is supposed to go in tandem with one another. So we'll have to see how this works in practice. On paper, it doesn't look all that impressive, but there could be something there. He who defied death knocks enemy back to long range if a cover change is performed against a strike arts attack. Activates during assists. So he's a strike cover, whereas the Ultra Goku is a blast cover. So you got a nice little yin and yang there. Inflicts all enemies with attribute downgrade plus 10% of damage received for 15 counts every time this character uses a strike or blast art support. I'm actually surprised that this Vegeta is a range type character and he's not a support, because what he's kind of offering here is more of a support, and that would actually kind of fall in line then too with the fact that his buffs are actually a little less than Goku's. So yeah, that's a strange choice, but I guess it makes sense. Because for 15 timer counts, you do 4. That's minus 40% to damage received for about 11 timer counts. So it's pretty. That can do some damage. And then while this character's on the battlefield, reduces enemy ki by 30 every time the enemy uses a special arts card. Yeah, this is more like support than anything else. Interesting. Okay. Nothing with strike and blast. Finished blaster. Deals massive impact damage. 35% to special move inflicted for 30 timer counts upon activation. So he gets an immediate. Every time he uses a blue card, he gets an immediate increase to his damage output for his special move. And then we got special skill. Cosmic Shooter. Applies the following effects to self upon activation. Restores ki by 30. Increase card draw speed by 1. For 10. And then it's comboable. And then Flash Strikes his ultimate skill. Deals massive explode damage. Applies the following effects to self upon activation. 30% to ultimate damage inflicted for 3 timer counts. And then applies attribute upgrade minus 50 to enemy sustained damage cut effects for 3 timer counts. His yellow card holds a blast thing, which is plus 10% damage inflicted to self for 10 timer counts, which is pretty good. And then his Z ability is at max stars is blast attack and defense for Saiyan or Frieza Saga character. Looking at this on paper, I feel like this Vegeta could potentially be better than Ultra Goku in a certain way, but I got the feeling that Ultra Goku is actually a bit better than this Vegeta. But I mean, he's free, so it's not anything to like get too hung up over about. But yeah, so that's Vegeta. We're gonna jump into the Super Saiyan Gohan Youth Legends Limited Sparking. We're gonna do 6 stars. So at base, his base Super Saiyan 1 transformation, he's got 219 and 204 blast attack, and then 138 blast defense. Isn't too bad. But then we go to transform. He's at 247, 222, 154, 154. If we go to max stars, he's actually on par with that of some of like the most recent Zenkais in terms of what his stats look like. Almost 290 strike attack at max stars. 258 blast, almost 180 defenses. Like it's not bad. So let's take a look at what he does here. So main ability, Hesitant Justice, draws a special arts card next. Restores allies other than this character's health by 20%. 15% to damage inflicted by allies can't be canceled. And then 15 to special move damage inflicted can't be canceled. And minus 15 to own special move arts cannot be canceled. 10 timer counts must elapse. That's a pretty good main ability. Especially for one that's going into a transformation. Pretty good. Well, actually, no. That's right. He's a revival unit. So he actually doesn't transform. That's actually pretty good for a standard ability. Then that's pretty nuts. So unique ability, kind successor, transform to Super Saiyan 2 with 70% health when it reaches 0. To self when battle starts, he gains 50% key recovery and reduces damage received by 25%. That can't be canceled. And then the power within, 20% to damage inflicted against powerful opponent, can't be canceled. 45% to damage inflicted from battle start until transformation, can't be canceled. 15% to damage inflicted for 15 timer counts every time this character uses an arts card. This guy's main, like, basic kit is pretty nuts. The fact that you can't get rid of anything that he does. And the fact that he's also, like, buffing himself and the team, like, it's pretty good. And then we'll go over to when he transforms. When he hits 0 and he transforms, you think you can waltz in and just take our planet? I like that line. Restores own key by 70. Increases own art draw speed by 1 for 30 counts. Destroy all of your own cards and draws a special move card next. Increases the damage of the next special move cards for the number of cards destroyed. For 4 cards, 130% to special move damage inflicted. So this is the way this kind of like the way that this kind of like looks on paper. It's almost like when you are ready to finish. It looks like he doesn't get an ultimate. His ultimate is tied to his special move, and then his LF animation comes from just a special move card, kind of like Namek Goku. So the way I kind of see this is that you want to have a full hand and you want to hit this main ability so that way he not only gains that 130 special move increase, but he also gains 70 key to be able to use special move card, and then you can get the LF off that way. So that's pretty intense. Unique ability and trusted mission applies the following effects to self after transforming. 60% to damage inflicted, can't be canceled. -5 to strike and blast arts cost. Nullify abnormal conditions. And then applies attribute upgrade -25% to enemy sustained damage cut effects. All of it which cannot be canceled. And then awaken protector is 20% to damage inflicted against powerful opponent. That did not change. Randomly draw 1 new card when you have 3 or fewer cards when this character enters the battlefield. If any allies have been defeated, randomly draw up to 2 new cards instead. Applies the following effects to self every time this character uses an arts card. 25% to damage inflicted for 15 counts. Restores key by 15. And then activation count resets when characters swim. So, this guy's pretty nuts. And put him alongside, you know, Zenkai, Red, Gohan. Father Son Gohan, and like maybe the Endurance Gohan, put him with that as well. You have a pretty crazy hybrids team with this guy. It'll be kind of interesting to see how the meta forms. So before transformation, Fierce Demon Cannon just shortens that ally sub count by 2. Firm Will special skill 20% to damage inflicted for 15, and then shorten count by 3 to self for 15. On transform, that becomes Unwavering Glow, deals massive impact damage, nullifies enemy special actions that activate when cover changing. So he nullifies cover change mechanics. Restores own health when it restores own health when it reaches 0. So he also nullifies endurance. So pretty nuts. And then his green skill is Power Surge, restores ki by 20% of damage inflicted for 15 counts, and it's comboable. Does the same thing like Ultra Vegeta does. His strike cards increase by 10%, and he buffs sagas, hybrids, or Sun family at max stars. So at 6 stars he adds the Sun family, and then at 3 stars he does hybrid Saiyans. So I'd say for the double buff, getting him to 3 stars is more than enough. But if you're gonna run Sun family or hybrids, like I would say definitely try to go for 6 stars with this guy, because yeah, it's nuts. All right, so we're kind of going way over the time limit that I really had here, so we're gonna do like a speed run of these guys. The Super Saiyan Trunks at 6 stars. Stat wise, nothing too crazy. If you go max stars, he's all right. Stat wise, is he defense or is he melee type? Okay. Draw special move arts card next. Restores own ki by 50, 20%, and then increase draw speed by 1. Decent main ability. Applies the following effects to self when this character enters the battlefield. 80% of damage inflicted, can't be stacked, reduces damage by 25%. When he's defeated, so this guy buffs your allies upon being defeated. So he restores allies' health by 10% and then 25% of damage inflicted by Saga from the movie allies. That's pretty good. Tick of time. When changing cover, with this cover change, reduces damage received by 20 until combo ends. Inflicts enemies with plus 10 to all arts costs for 5 counts. And then applies the following effect to self if your own remaining health is 55% or below after enemy attack is over. He gains 15 health, 30% to damage inflicted, 40% to key recovery, and cancels downgrades and conditions. So, not too bad. His blue card's pretty interesting. 20% to special move damage inflicted for 30 timer counts and applies minus 52 sustained damage cuts for 3. And he gets blast armor with that. So that's a pretty decent special move. There's better ones that you can teach Shallot, but this one's actually pretty good. Ready to intercept. Restores own ki by 20%. Destroy all your own cards and draw 2 new ones. So we got a pseudo Goku Black here. And then 25% to damage inflicted for 10. And then he buffs Sagas at 3. He does hybrids at 6. He does 30. He does 30 for hybrids and Sagas. And then an additional 15 if they're both of these. So this guy's meant to kind of be run alongside this Gohan 100%. So yeah, but I mean 35 and 18, that's actually pretty good. That's over 50% buff. And then this Boujack, I'm actually kind of interested in this Boujack quite a bit because one thing that they brought back, I'm not going to go too crazy with this, but they brought back, he's got an ultimate skill, and his ultimate skill is an awakening card. Which, when was the last time you guys saw that? The Galactic Buster deals massive impact damage, 150% to awaken damage inflicted for 3 counts upon activation. So he already gains 150 to this card in particular. And then he transforms on a hit. This is a super unique mechanic. And it's going to have to coincide with your skill level a little bit, because you're going to need to be able to land this in order to get the transform. But let's take a look at what he does. So, stat-wise, he's nothing too impressive. Decent blast defense for, being at his base transformation. 200 to his attack. At max, his defenses are good. Are decent, and then his blast attacks are decent. But once he transforms, 2.64 million health, 272, 271 attacks, and 170, 175 defenses. That's actually pretty good. That's pretty good for a character like this. So, main ability, pre-transformation. This should be fun. Randomly destroy one of your own cards. Draw the Awakened Arts card with Galactic Buster next. Restores own ki by 20. Applies buff effect. Nullifies enemy special actions when changing cover. So, nullifies cover change. Reduces enemy vanish gauge to 0. Destroys all of your enemy special arts cards. That's annoying. This is a very annoying main ability. It's almost like... That's pretty nuts. It's just nuts. Unique ability, Galaxy's Most Wanted. 50% of damage inflicted against Super Saiyans and 15 to Saiyans. So to just Gohan by himself, Bardock, Ultra Goku, like that's extra 30%. The following effects occur from battle start until this character transforms or is defeated. 20% of damage inflicted by allied sagas or powerful opponent. 50% of damage inflicted and reduced damage by 30. So this goes into effect when he transforms or when he's defeated. So actually that's not too bad. It's kind of like Demon King Piccolo Purple, where like he has an effect where that stays in until he transforms. So, I mean, this is good. This is good because it actually makes his base form a bit more viable in case he were to be defeated and he weren't able to transform. That's not too bad. So immovable galaxy. Shield soldier shortens ally substitution counts by 5 when enemy activates Rising Rush while this character is on the battlefield. That's pretty good. That's pretty cool, actually. Inflicts enemy with attribute downgrade plus 5 to strike and blast arts cost for 10 timer counts when this battlefield. Following effects occur when changing cover. Reduces damage received by 30 until combo ends. Inflict all enemies with sub count 3. 40% of damage inflicted for 15 timer counts when the attack is over. So his strike reduces damage. His strike and blast reduces damage received when activated. Cosmic bomb just randomly destroys 3 enemy cards on hit. Tyrannical power restores his own health and key, and he applies sustained damage cut effects from there. He buffs 2 stars. He buff or 3 stars. He buffs powerful opponents and sagas from the movies. For strike and blast defense, 3 stars. Yep, same thing, just like with the Trunks. Pretty good. Surprised he's not buffing Heraclan. So I'm guessing the EXs are buffing, or are going to be buffing basically themselves, and then the Boujack. So, upon transformation, should you land the Awakening card, Boujack Unbound restores own health by 30, ki by 50, 30% of damage inflicted for 10. Based on the number of battle members left, if there's 2 members, increase draw speed by 1 for 10. If he's a last standing unit, increase 1 arts draw by 2. So if he's a last man standing, he gets level 2 draw speed for 10 counts. That's pretty good. Cruel Overlord, this doesn't change. This changed from 20. So 20, that didn't change. This went up to 70 and it can't be canceled. Reduces damage received by 30, can't be canceled. -5 to own arts, can't be canceled. So that's a pretty good boost, and it's nice to see that he still gets that. Immovable Galaxy Soldier. And then none of this changed. So the only thing that changed is that he gets these non-cancelable buffs and his main ability. So pretty good. I like this Boujack. I'm excited to test out this Awakening card. Now, we're going to go over this really quick because we've already spent a lot of time on this, but I'm not going to go over these characters. They all seem really good. This Gokua is a direct counter to Zenkai LF Gohan. Zanya is, I believe, was it Zanya or was it Bujin? Maybe, oh no, I think it was Boujack. I think this, no, one of these guys does damage to, wasn't it one of these guys does, oh no, it was the Goku, the GT Goku, never mind. I'm all, I'm all jumbled up, but no, this guy's meant to kind of cancel out, Red LF Gohan, Zenkai, yeah, that's pretty good. And yeah, they all seem really good. My problem is, here's my problem. You go to the actual banner itself. It's another step up, which is fine. Which is fine, but look at the actual pool for this step up. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 LFs. One of them being brand new. You have 6 other LFs you could potentially pull from this banner. 2 new Sparkings, and all 4 of the new EXs. There's no EX step. There's no double rate step. There's no free step. And the tickets are only Sparking guaranteed. So they put these units on here with their standard 3.5 drop rate, which is harder to pull than the new Gohan, right? So you're expecting your player base to summon on this banner just after the first part of the anniversary, just after we got 10 brand new characters, 2 brand new LF characters, 4 brand new Sparkings. Like think about that. We just got 10 new characters on a dual LF banner, and you're dropping this banner, and while the units are all very hype and very good, you expect us, the main bulk of this banner is the Boujack Brigade. And you expect us to summon on this banner in the hopes that we are able to pull the entirety of the Boujack Brigade? No. No. What this should have been is a event like the Ginyu Force event or the Super Warriors event. This is not it. This is not it, Legends. Do not do this. Do not do this again, because these characters, if you wanted to put one of these characters, right? Since these banners usually come with one new brand EX unit. If you wanted to put, say, the Gokua on the summoning banner because of his viability, okay. I get. Don't put 4 brand new EXs that are all really good and work really well with the new Boujack on one banner and expect us to summon on these banners to hopefully pull all of them, because that not only is that not player friendly, but you missed out on a anniversary event that could have been really hyped and made this anniversary even more special. No, this is not it. So I advise anybody that is going to summon on this banner that if you end up pulling this Gohan, if you end up pulling the new units, if you end up pulling even 1 or 2 of these guys, your best bet would be to, if you want to get units on the other step-ups, on the actual anniversary banners, I would advise getting the units on the anniversary banners open. I would not waste all of your CC going into this if you got other stuff that you want to pull from the anniversary banners. These guys will eventually be back at some point. They are not worth diving in all of your time and effort and CCs into getting these guys. An LF Gohan is really only worthwhile to get if you run a Hybrids or Sun Family team. If you don't have this guy Zenkai, if you don't have this guy Zenkai, if you don't have this Gohan, like, there's really no reason for you to really summon for this guy. So just keep that in mind. But yeah, very disappointed in this one. I'm excited for the characters. I love Boujack Brigade. I've been playing Boujack Brigade in the Dragon Ball Super card game in my spare time, and I love playing that, and I was very excited to pull these guys. I'm not as excited to see that they are on a banner altogether. That's very disheartening. But yeah, so that's it for that, and that's unfortunate, but it is what it is. There is a new event for Boujack. You get EX Boujack Z Power by doing it, I'm guessing, and it's obviously free CC. There's going to be an anniversary raid against Vegeta coming up this weekend. The LF Gohan, the new one, is the bonus character for him, so obviously do that, grind out your Hoi Poi coins, and get those medals to get the free 1000 CC. But I mean, and then the new hyperdimensional co-op with the Ultra Vegeta is still here, so definitely grind that up now. They made it easier so you can get Z Power in this event, so please do that. And then coming up, once this circles out, I think in about a week, we'll probably see the Gotenks event. I think, right? Does it tell me what's coming up? I don't think it's going to tell me what's coming up. Obviously, there's this new mission to get Vegeta, so keep that in mind. Yeah, they're not going to show what's coming up, I guess. So, but yeah, the Gotenks event's going to be coming back, and some other stuff is going to be coming back. So definitely a lot of CC coming around the corner. So definitely do everything that you possibly can, grind up that CC, so that you guys can do the summons on either the anniversary banners or the new one that came out. But yeah, so that's going to do it for this video, guys. We're already way over the time limit compared to what I wanted to do. So, but thank you guys so much for the love and support. I'm sorry for my hiatus. We will be hopefully back for more, and we will be streaming later tonight to do the summons on the new banner. So please look forward to that. Join me over on twitch.tv/corrosivebullet. And with that said, guys, enjoy the rest of your day. I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.